Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a genuine investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video I'm going to be looking at MMTLP and asking the question with regards to the lawsuit against TradeStation. Is the lawsuit for $40 per share and $50 per share enough for obviously all the significant MMTLP fiasco issues that we've had and the losses that we potentially incurred? So as far as I'm concerned, I certainly think we deserve a lot more. However, why I think this lawsuit is important, because it could set a precedent and potentially open the floodgates for much more. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to be looking at the question, why has Pulte decided to help MMTLP? What are the reasons for that? And we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol GME, Gamestop, where there has been a huge disclosure from Roaring Kitty for 5 million shares and also 120,000 calls. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, we can see in terms of the overall performance for May on Wall Street, the Dow Jones was up 2.3%, S&P 500 was up 4.9%, Nasdaq was up 6.9%, and the Russell 2000 ended up 4.8%. Bitcoin was up 11% and Nvidia was also up 32%. So I think there is a clear beat there from Nvidia. But let's have a look at overall in terms of investing.com. We can see close of the week, Dow Jones spikes in a rip-roaring session as traders cheer inline inflation to cap the best month of the year. So there was better news there in terms of the markets. We can also see here there are no Fed speakers this week, and the Fed enters a pre-FOMC meeting blackout period ahead of the June 12 policy decision, which will also be huge. So let's have a look at key economic data this week. And I think the big ones this week are jobless claims on Thursday, unemployment rate on Friday, and also average hourly earnings on Friday. So in terms of the pre-market, we can see right now, time of editing, the US market is mostly green. Gamestop has rocketed, and I think at one point it did go up in excess of 100%. Europe is opening higher, and in terms of metals, we can see silver has dropped 2% with regard to fears about the Fed. So I'm going to start by having a look at a follow-up from the previous video where we looked at the lawsuit against TradeStation. So what James has posted here is, I think the person who might know is Anna. She also left a clause in the litigation. If they try to withhold the information, then she can also go after for damages based on trades they cancelled between $40 and to $2,570 per share, and that would set a precedent for money. So I know many people have stated that $40 and $50 per share is not enough. I also agree with that. It certainly is not enough, but I think what's important about this lawsuit that everybody should obviously recognize is that if there is success in this lawsuit, then obviously what that suggests is the judge agrees that there has been a wrong, and that would also potentially open the floodgates for much more examples of litigation, not only against TradeStation but against many of the other brokers. So I think what I would suggest is have a look at your screenshots, have a look at your sell limit orders, keep the screenshots of that. And if you do not have any screenshots, what you could also do is open up a chat with your broker and discuss about previous sell limit orders, why they were cancelled, and try to keep a history of that going forward. So we will have to obviously follow this up as developments continue. So let's now move on to Pulte. So Pulte was also featured in the previous video, so we're going to look at the question, why is Pulte looking to help MMTLP? So he has obviously responded to one of the posts here where he's confirmed that he's had a good talk with Greg McCabe, a lot to unpack. He's also stated he's not sure what's going on with FINRA, and amongst a trillion other questions, why do you not know how many shares are short? So he does find that totally insane, and I think one of the reasons is Pulte does describe himself as a retail champion and not obviously for the hedge funds. He's also gone on to say, keep up the pressure no matter the attacks. There have been many attacks, I know that, but I think the good thing is the pressure has not stopped. and obviously they will feel the pressure, and in terms of ending this, it cannot end without the pressure continuing. So the pressure must continue. So let's now have a look at what Pulte is basically stating in terms of why he likes to help people, and why he also likes to help retail investors. So he states here he has a unique viewpoint. He has a huge 3 million followers and teammates where they can help people. One of the things he looks at is stocks. So a lot of wealthy people look down on people with lower income, people asking questions about stocks. So what he states here, he looks at people as human beings asking legitimate questions about why certain things are off, but why they are also not getting answers. So he's got involved in Gamestop in the past. We're going to look at Gamestop shortly as well. But with regard to MMTLP in blue, this is what he stated. He stated that he's recently only learned about MMTLP. He thinks it's terrible what happened to the people, and he also believes there's an undercurrent of obfuscation, hiding and covering up what's going on. And anytime you ask a question, you get labeled as you're an idiot for investing in these stocks. You really just relied on representation. Certain people, including the government, in case of the MMTLP especially. So basic questions such as, why is the security not trading anymore? What is the share count? What is the amount of short shares betting against stock? Where's the proof? Where is the location of shares, etc.? All these questions are mocked. That's so he has recognized that and laughed at, and people called out for being stupid for ever asking them. But the important thing is what Pulte has stated. He believes they are obviously important and great questions. So going forward, I hope there are more developments on this, but very, very positive comments here from Pulte. Let's now have a look at Gamestop, ticker symbol GME. So this was a stock that was featured in our previous week's weekly watch list. So we can see here in the previous week, Tuesday to Friday, it was also up 25.6% on the week. We've also called it out today in the Discord in our daily stock alerts, and also added it to our current weekly watch list. So the news that I'd like to share with you here is with regards to Roaring Kitty. He's currently disclosed approximately 5 million shares, 120,000 calls, and we're looking at overall $170 million. So let's have a look at the post that he shared on Reddit, and we can see here his price here is paid is $21.274. His daily gain at time of editing of the post was 8.77%. He also has calls, 120,000 calls, and the total value here we can see is in excess of $210.676 million. So this is a YOLO post. It's absolutely huge, and it's having a significant impact on the market as well. And if we have a look at here from a post from Unusual Whales with regard to GME, and they posted here that Roaring Kitty has just disclosed he was the whale on Superstonk, and his position value is $200 million in GME. So if we have a look at the chart for today, this chart is in the pre-market at time of editing. We can see currently it's up in excess of 70%, and at one point it was also up in excess of 100%. So currently in the pre-market it's trading around about $39.40, and remember he invested this at just over $23 per share. So this is going to be huge in terms of what happens into the overall market today. And I certainly also think that this will have a positive effect on stocks such as FFIE, CRKN, and also AMC today. So we'll keep an eye on those. We're also going to be looking at a quick review of our weekly watches for the previous week. So in terms of some of the calls that were made, these included LUCY. That was a great call. That was up 107% on the week in the previous week. And if you included the previous week on that as well, then the gains were much, much higher. So congratulations to everybody who got into Lucy. KRK was also another great call. That was up 20% on the week. GME, again, as we just disclosed, was up 25.6% in the previous week. Right now we're seeing it up close to 100% in the pre-market. ONMD, that was another great call, up 23.5% on the week. At one point there was a chance to take profits at 57%. GNFT, that was another great call, up 12.6% on the week, with a chance to take profits at 30%. MCFT, that was up close level on the week, so not all calls are successful. HIIMS, again, good call there. That was up 12.3% on the week. CRDL, that was up 8.8% on the week. MIUS, up 10% on the Tuesday, but closed level on the week. Dell was another call that we had, up 6% Tuesday. Earnings was not well received and it closed down 17% on the week. So not all calls are successful, but if you would like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts as well as our weekly watch list, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.